everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games, and today it's into the big one. Gary Grigsby's worn these two. This is our Let's Play against the Soviet AI, and we will be turning into May today. April showers bring May flowers, so they say. We'll see. We want it to stay muddy as hell. For as long as possible. We're still trying to get units out of the reserves and onto the line, and we're going to continue that down in the south. Before we turn the turn, there's a few things to do. We got to settle some commands, etc. I'm hearing mega echo. Okay, well, let me try to plug back in. How are we sounding now? It could be I just need to speak right through the computer. But tell me if it's still echoing. I don't know if I can get all the way back to the top. It is. Yeah, there we go. John Chappell. Hello, John. Your badge has turned yellow. I think that that means it's 2 or 3 months. Something like that. But it looks cool. Looks like solid gold, John. Hey, Anthony Watson, how are you? I looked back. I don't think those things are still in Hungary can move. But we'll take another look. TBJ, how's it going? Seeing double. Okay, sound is good now. Okay, I replugged. Not my heart monitor, the microphone. David Bartello is here. And I know some of these are old, but I like to say hi to everyone. Don Duhula. I love it. Hey, Don, you're new. Welcome. We always have fun here. David Barlow, hello. Jan's here. That's good. I needed you here, Jan. You're always on my side. Hans, hey, Hans. Good to see you as well. And Phantom and McCall and Paul Sanders is here. Hi, Paul. I always like to salute Paul. I don't know why. You look like a kindly fellow in your picture, Paul. That's why I salute you. Bill. Hey, Bill. Is it Bill? It's surely not Bill Rico, so I bet you it's Bill RCO. So I'm just going to call you Bill. Hey, potato. No, it's potato. Or, no, it is potato. Okay, let's get down on the board. Sorry, this weekend is my fantasy baseball weekend. So American baseball for you Europeans, that's how fantasy sports started. And I play in a couple of long-time leagues that play for some decent money. And so it's intense. It's very intense. And so I had to focus on my my baseball teams, fantasy baseball teams this weekend. I had my draft. Paul says he is a kindly fellow. I knew you were, Paul. I can just tell. Okay, Bill, I'll call you Bill. How about that? All right, let's get down on the map. So anyway, that's what I was off doing this weekend. I haven't put up as many videos this weekend as I usually do. Damn, there for a while, I'm putting up 3 videos a day. I'm like, I don't think people can match the output. Now, they are 45 to 50 minutes. I don't stream for 8 hours. I don't think I'll ever do that. All right, we've already looked at the Crimea. We come over here. We've got 34th Corps. 34th Corps is Grosvenor. That's fine. He's got Odessa, and he's also got these 2 divisions. Now, this division's in terrible shape, the 218th. I need to get it off the line. But these guys aren't great shakes either. Luckily, they're in Odessa, so they have a defensiveness of 74 because I've attached some Stugs, at least to the 340th. And we got to remember that that does not have anything attached. Could I attach something to it? The Sturm Infantry Battalion. Now this is back at the Corps level, right? Let's go see if the Corps could get anything else. Then I could attach something from the Corps directly to the division, and even better. Nope, we only got flak. Well, okay, we're just going to leave it as is then, because these guys may need some of those support units as well. We do have a Panzer division back here. And that Panzer goes to 41st Panzer Corps, who I believe is under Reinhardt. He's been out here for a very long time. He's won 133 battles and only lost 35. That's not bad. Actually, probably for a Panzer Corps, I'd hope for a little bit better. But he's all 7s all the way down the line. Let's see who else he's got. Okay, so I've given him some of this infantry. Now, we've got an interesting situation here. We had a unit that withdrew that was here on the line, so I brought the Romanians over. You never want to say that, but the second Romanian group I think needs to get up here, because if we look at the defensiveness overall, we got 74, 38, 12. Well, 12 is going to invite an attack, mud or no mud. And so let's put that other Romanian group up there. And now we're at a 25, mainly because we're in a level 3 fort, let's be honest. And they're going back to 30th Corps. Now, I believe 30th Corps has his, yeah, he's got cannon, howitzer, heavy howitzer. He's got mixed and light and motorized light. And what else could we maybe get? Well, nothing. 6th Army really doesn't have anything else to dole out. But let's move 30th over. Oh, shoot, that's right. 30th has also got this for right now. And then we have 4th Corps that's at 8 of 10. That's why I did it that way. Okay, okay. But I've got 205th ID that can almost get over here. So I think what I want to do is take the 205th and put it there. That's one of our rebuilt units. Let's put the 205th there. And then let's take 21st ID and get it off the line and try to get it back over here to eventually hit the reserves. All right, so that's out of there, and ultimately we don't have to have that attached to Reinhardt, but he's only at 9 of 10, so we may leave it that way. And then let's take the well, let's see what they are together. Together, they're 21. I thought they were going to be a little bit better than that, I'll be honest. Now, part of that is because that division moves so much, it loses some of its combat power, right? It's got no combat prep points by the time it gets over here, and so the defensiveness at a 21, maybe I'll undo that for a second, actually. And now you see it's at a 32, and we can take that division off the line next time. I just don't want to invite any kind of attack. It's not, you know, it's still raining. You can see here's the rain line actually goes right through here, or actually right there. So maybe that would have invited an attack. Okay, well, we're going to keep it there. And I think because of that, ooh, everything's getting stretched. Now he's at 10 of 10. I think what we can do, I don't want mismatched cores. Let me go back to the comments. I just want to make sure that we didn't drop or anything like that. Hey, Invictus, how's it going? What's the best way to do this? Reinhardt's at 9 of 10. He can't really take any more there. The problem is 30th Corps now has some of the, oh, this is what I was dealing with the last time. Also, what is 6th Army looking like? He's at 33 of 30. That's what I was afraid of. Reinhardt is at 9 of 10, and the Panzer Army is at 18 of 30. Okay, well, that settles that then. Then this is going to go back to Reinhardt. 41st Panzer Corps. I don't really love doing that, but I think that's the best way to do it. That puts him over by 1, but now they don't get a mismatch penalty, which can be, yeah, I think it's 36% when it's mismatched cores. Okay. Then we also have this Luftwaffe field division that's just kind of sitting back here in case of a breakthrough, just to cause them to, you know, have to expend points. Let's go back to movement points, and we've got 111th ID here. That needs to get the heck out of town. He's got 5,900 left. If he comes to the rail right there, can we get him to the reserves? Yes. Sometimes you don't have enough strategic points. I think you need 100 to send it back to the reserves. I should actually check what the exact number is. I always just, you know, take the shortest line to the rail, and then I go and see if it says transfer unit. But I should probably actually know the real number. I think it's 100 strategic. Well, I guess it would matter where you're doing it from, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to go look now. Is that on like a sliding scale? I'm just not sure. Yeah, well, you learn something new in this game every day. 30th, we already talked about 30th, but I think, yeah, I guess this is the best place for him. He's right on this road. Fourth Corps is here, and he's got just kind of some very disparate parts. I guess this is Hase. He's got all of his units. Why don't we give... He's got... and this is going to go back to the reserves. As a matter of fact, let's move it there, and off you go. Yep. Axis reserves. Okay. Well, now then, we got to check the defensiveness again. We've got a 19 there, but that's a brand new unit. This is not a brand new unit. Now, we have things that have come by rail out here. So what I was going to do, I think, is put these guys in 4th Corps. Although this really should get out of here as well. But let's put them in 4th Corps. That'll only take him to 10, I believe, or now 8, I think, because we did put the 1 back in the reserves. All right, so now if we look at their defensiveness, they're at a 39 because they're in a level 3 fort, but let's flip. This one's at a 24 and a 15. All right, that's a brand new division. That's a brand new division. I say brand new. Some of it may be, no, I think those are brand new. This is not. Also, we have this 7,800, and then we've got Romanian cavalry and whatnot. Okay, well, we've got a division here, but he can't quite get there. Doesn't do any good to go there, but I think what we really want to do is bring him over here. That's what I was struggling with last time. Well, I think part of this is because he just got off the train. You know, or he has to get off the train, so he uses movement points doing that. We're going to try to get him all the way over here. I mean, right next to Odessa, we've got Slovakian mobile and a German division with under 5,000 men. I know that's not where we want to be, certainly. So we've got that over there. I'll turn it back to movement points. He's only got 1 left, but he can't go anywhere. This came in on rail this time. We've got this back here, the super depot. I should turn the depots on. There we go. All right, he's sitting right on a depot, dishing it out wherever he can. You can see our rail is getting yellow out here and whatnot. There's a lot moving on this rail. I've got 55th Corps here. This is Rudolf von Buenow. I just like to say that because I like the way it rolls off my tongue. He doesn't have any support units though, so I can't really use him so much unless I transfer him over from somebody else. I mean, he's a very, competent general, certainly. This is 11 of 10. This is kind of interesting. We need more infantry here, but I mean, I'm bringing all the infantry I could bring. This is a brand new infantry, but he's got nowhere to go. We've got a panzer division that has arrived here. Okay, so this is about where we were. Now, von Wettenghoff is at 46. Okay, and I think I said this is only 25 of 30. Okay, so this panzer division can get off the rail. Is this a clear hex? It is. So's that, and it's already got a little bit of a fort level. So let's put him there, kind of off the shoulder. A bad division, but a good motorized division there. And let's give him to von Wettenghoff. So this is going to go to 46th Panzer Corps. That will turn him a lovely shade of orange. All right, that looks good. This, we got mismatch infantry up here, but this infantry can't go any further. I want it to get right. I want this infantry to go there. I want this infantry probably to come either over here or there and get more and more things off the line. Everything that comes in from the reserves next time, we will be putting back on the line. Let's just make sure nobody is overstacked ridiculously. Okay, we've got a lot of 11 of 10s out here. And if we go back to Kemp's at 25, that's fine. We've also brought Second Army down. He is at 5 of 5, so he is within command range. We've got all kinds of new Romanian units out here, but I actually think we're ready to turn the turn. I just want to make sure 3rd Panzer Corps is only at 5 of 10. I guess he could have moved down a little bit. What's there? That's Netherlands. He's got this unit. Where's the other unit he's got? Oh, it's sitting here. That's on reserve. Oh, yeah, I need to turn this to reserve. Okay. You know, I mean, I also want to get this off the line. This Panzer Division, I mean, that looks horrific. He's got 5,300 men and 216th ID. This has only got 6,400 men and 50 tanks, but, you know, what's their defensiveness? 32. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that just came in. Why is he sitting there? I think we'd be better off if that was here and I got some of this other crap off the line. I don't want him to be able to bust through there, obviously, but, you know, I mean, we're working every other hex all the way down here. And I do have this Panzer Division that can come over one. Is this clear? It is. He's got a lot of strength right here, right on this corner. I think the Panzer Division, where are you sitting right now? I know it's level 1-4. It's in a city, but that's not going to do a whole lot. I think we need to go here, go to reserve, all right? And then this unit, he's only showing us 6, but it's going to be better than that. Goes there. Now he's in a level 3 fort. And then I think because of that, we can take this division. Where's the closest rail to get him the heck out of here? I guess it's right over here, but he's not going to be able to get out this turn. That's all right. He can go sit right there. Although I think then I want this to be, oh, he's already at 11 of 10. All right. He's at 11 of 10. Well, there's got to be a better way to do this. You are going to go back to 48th Corps. All right, 48th Panzer Corps. Now we don't have a mismatch penalty there. Everybody's good there. He can then take this for a turn back to 46th Corps. Okay. The minutia of this game, it doesn't get better than this. For me, anyway. If you don't like this kind of stuff, this probably isn't the game for you, but I love figuring out these commands, which is what the middle game becomes a lot of times. We've got 1st Romanian ID just sitting up here like a peacock with 11,500 men. I think he's going to continue sitting there. And now you can see we're starting to get a little bit of a layered defense. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect, but at least it's a more lattice work here. You know, if they break through somewhere, we've got something behind it. Now, I don't necessarily want it to be on a train, but hopefully he's not going to attack this time. As a matter of fact, I should probably be... I should probably move this Panzer Division on top of that, just in case, you know, I don't want a whole division to get wrecked because he breaks through here, but I don't even think he's going to attack here, but we'll see. Okay, to the comments I go. Well, Bill, we may do that. Now, I've been holding on tenaciously to the idea that I'm going to play this all the way through. If we get to the end of this summer and the Soviets still need, you know, because at that point, once we get to the October turn, I think they're going to need, I mean, we can go look, but I think they're going to need like 700, 600? Well, let's go look. Now I want to go look. Victory, info screens, victory. The Soviet player in October, that'll bump up to 600, but then in January it goes up to 650. How about this? If the Soviets haven't taken anything else by January 1st, So they're still sitting, they'll be 75 points away from victory at that point. I will declare victory. And we'll move on to playing the Soviet side, a little bit of practice, and then we'll play XTRG. So now TBJ brings up a good point. I was reading in their latest changelog. Now remember how we went off after Moscow in 15 or 16 turns? I don't know. If Nordhammer was here, he'd be able to tell me exactly which episode that we were around Moscow. And we missed by 1 hex linking up around Moscow. I've been told that they just fixed a bug because it was impossible to take Moscow initially because you could never cut off supply to it. So basically, it was when we played this through and we got to Moscow, and I don't know if it would have changed anything, other than I did think it was strange they were so powerful, even though we were all but 1 hex around Moscow. I thought, well, I mean, I guess they can drive some trucks through a little bit, but they had probably 20 counters in and around the Moscow area, and they all seemed super powerful at that point, and I thought, that's weird. They really shouldn't have any supply. Aha! They shouldn't have, for the most part. But anyway, just you bringing up the AI made me think of that. In the latest changelog, they did change that to where, you know, Moscow doesn't get automatic supply. I guess the way it was set, for some reason, that depot just never got depleted. I don't know. That's just what I read. All right, let's go look at the reserves really fast. And I'm not going to bring my air units out yet. I'm only going to bring them out. I'm only going to bring them out when I think we may actually go on the offensive. Hey, look at Gross Deutschland. I guess, have I not looked at this time around? I guess I haven't. Well, let's take Viking. And let's put Viking on refit. All right, the faster we can get that out, the better. Gross Deutschland, we're going to take refit off, and we're going to put it on the map for next time. That's fun. This Jaeger division did not get all the way rebuilt. Well, that stinks. And this didn't either, 45th, but 162nd got rebuilt pretty well. Let's turn the refit off and move it to the map. Now, I did more last turn than I had been doing, I believe. So that's why maybe some of them didn't get all the way rebuilt. Now, I think Nordhammer had mentioned at one point that at the end of April, you know, you get a manpower boost through the end of April, but that goes away. So I tried to do more last time because we will be turning into May. To the map. They stole victory for me. I could have been around Moscow, and well, I was around Moscow in 15 turns, but unfortunately, we'll never know. I'm going to always claim that. No, I won't. We were a little over our skis out there, to say the least. Although I will say that tactical retreat was gorgeous. They ought to teach that in some kind of school. Listen to me go. Now, luckily, the AI has not attacked probably the way it should have here, because, you know, we're going to hold on for a victory when we've probably done two very foolish big picture things. One, going for Moscow right away. You can see we got an armor unit out, 51st Battalion, or yeah, that was 51st Battalion, I think. So we just filled up with Panthers in that 51st Battalion. But anyway, we did that because I just wanted to win the game right off the top. That didn't work. Then we also went for Stalino and Rezhev just to get points to try to keep the initiative. That did not work either. If you're a long time, if you're new here, if you're a long time, you already knew that. You're like, shut up, Dojo. I saw it all. Anyway, all right. Now we're gonna fly some freight, and let's fly it out. How about to there? But let's pick Constanta, which you can see. Now, this is one thing I did figure out here. Somebody had said, hey, you know, you don't really need a super depot at Constanta. As long as you have this at a 3, and Sevastopol at a 4, you'll get plenty there. That was not true. The reason being is because the game, if you think about how it looks at it, it's got 1s here, right? And then it's got 2s, it's got some 3s up here, and then 4s. And then with this only being a 3, it will try to pump to those 4s, you know, especially because there's not a 2. If there was like a 2 out here, then it would go out to the 2s, and then this would be the closest 3. But the way it was working is all, you know, the freight was coming into the 1 out of the 0, so our national supply source came into the 1, then it was going up to these 2s, and then getting pulled to the 3s and onto the 4s, and Constanta only got like 2,000 or 3,000 tons. Well, now you can see it's getting 35,000 tons with the super depot. And so whoops, didn't want to do that. I've got that rail unit down here, and I would say if you get in trouble in the Crimea, any kind of supply trouble, you got to get a rail unit down to Constanta to make sure that it gets that freight. Okay, launch multiple missions. Let's go. I was being a little loose there, doing multiple missions. Usually I like to do a single mission, see how much air power the Soviets put up, and then react to that. They haven't had any air power over here at all. They should. A human player certainly would, I would think, because it's obvious we're going to be trying to fly freight over there. The other thing I've been trying to get into is Pskov. Now, where is a good place to come out of? Parnu? Yeah, probably Parnu. Parnu's got a lot of freight that's just sitting here in the port. You can see the blue line that's stored. That's our staging base. That's where we pick it up. So all the transport planes are flying over there. Let's just do a single mission because they have been blowing transport sky high out here. Yep, we only lost 1 that time. You can see they were coming from this direction, and you may say, what is that? Is that an error or a bug? No, that's where we started to pick up the Soviet aircraft. So it gives you a hint of where they came from, but we have no idea which out of these bases it came from. I think flying out here once, twice, 3 times a lady. Little Kenny Rogers for you there. Okay, we lose 4 transport planes there, or Gumby if you're old enough to remember the old Saturday Night Live skit. Okay, I think that's good. Anything else I should do? Is anybody yelling at me? I already checked. There's nothing around Warsaw or Berlin. Anthony said, okay, yeah, let's go look in Hungary. Oh, you got it. It had to be isolated in Moscow. Damn, now I can't claim that was the reason. Dang you, TBJ. Okay, let's go look in Hungary, because who hasn't said that once in their life? That's Romania, my friends. And let's zoom down. I've got it on movement points. I think what that was, Anthony, I think that I had it on defensive values when I zoomed over this, and so it looked like there were movement points available. Get off that. It looked like there were movement points available. That's not what we have here. I wish. 0, 0. Yeah, we don't have any movement points. All right, boys, let's turn it. Let's turn it. Okay, it's going to be May. Yes. I think we're fine on depot management. I think. Look, I never want to say in this game at all that you've got something figured out, because the minute you think you do, you'll get thrown for a loop. But I think the depot situation, through a lot of your guys' help as well, I'm not taking credit for it. I'm just saying, you know, we've talked a lot about it in these streams. I think we've pretty much got the depot situation figured out and exactly how you do it. Early on, I was leaving my level 4 depots too far away. So the trucks were having to go way too far. And I think over time, the old 0, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 right on the front line, or as close to it as you can get, is the way to do it. So I think our depot situation is pretty damn good now. That was Lionel Richie, James, but Kenny Rogers did it as well. I don't know. I guess Lionel Richie probably did it first, I would imagine. But I think Kenny Rogers made a country, and I grew up with my grandparents for the most part, and they loved country music. Like I watched the Grand Ole Opry every damn night, and that's where I first saw it. Now that doesn't mean that. And my God, have you seen Kenny Rogers lately? Somebody take away the scalpel. You got to stop with the plastic surgery, my friend. All right. See, you never know what you're going to get here. By the way, have you guys seen that TikTok video of Madonna? Holy if you have not seen that, that is crazy what Madonna looks like now. I mean, I guess that makes me feel old, I was watching the Video Music Awards in 1983 when she did Like a Virgin. Touch for the very first time. Okay, I'll stop singing. But holy crap, her plastic surgery went totally wrong. I don't know why people do that. They do sing better than me, Anthony. Yeah, I remember Hee Haw. That was my grandfather's favorite show. Buck Rogers and oh gosh, what's the guy that played the banjo? Had kind of like curlyish hair. He passed away just now. It's probably a few years now. Gosh, why can't I remember his name? TBJ. Yeah, I've been hanging out on TikTok. No, somebody reposted it on the old person's Facebook. So I saw it. I was not just, hanging around on TikTok. I don't want you calling the police on me. Soviets run 195 sorties, 62 air losses. I don't know. I don't know how aggressive we'll be with our air as the Soviets. I have an inkling suspicion we'll be a hell of a lot more aggressive than the AI has been, because you can just throw their airplanes at a wall. It doesn't even matter if they get shot down. I mean, he should be bombing everything. Oh, gosh, I didn't like that they flipped up here. Nope, no front attacks. AI is not going to attack at all in the mud. Okay. Buck Owens. Yeah, Roy Rogers, right. No, Buck Owens, that's exactly right. Who's the curly-headed guy, though, like the co-host, along with Buck Owens? You guys got to figure that out. What's up, Wolfnor? How are you? We're talking about the old country show Hee Haw. I bet you didn't expect that. Roy Clark. Thank you, Paul. Dang it, Paul, I knew you would know that. Good old Roy Clark. Man, could that guy play a banjo. Man, he was good. I tuned in for the Hee Haw girls, because a 10-year-old Dojo, that looked pretty nice on the screen. Yeah, good old Hee Haw, man. They don't make them like that anymore at all. That's funny. Now country music is like what pop music used to be, and pop music, I don't even know what it is anymore. It's okay. Enough about my musical tastes. Okay, now the Soviets are doing some air freight. Fine. I don't think we're going to change a thing about our air once again. I mean, we'll see what the weather is this time. I'm waiting for those planes to bring them back on. A lot of bombers. I mean, we've got a lot of TAC bombers that are back in the reserves, and we'll bring them out if we're going to go on the offensive, obviously. I was thinking the other day, or I was thinking earlier when I went to go grab the thumbnail that my wife so kindly makes. My wife, I'll be like, honey, I need thumbnails for the videos. I saw I think we're on 287. This is episode 287. And I thought, usually when people buy a game, you hope to get 100 hours. I mean, I'm just ballparking that. Everybody's different. Every game's different. But you hope to get like 100 hours of enjoyment out of it, right? For, a moderately priced game. Now, this is an expensive game, you know, in comparison to most games. But holy man, we've gotten 287 hours of just what's on the videos. I mean, that doesn't even include probably double that I've spent just looking at the game or looking at the map or whatever else. Hey, Wolfner, how's it going? Yeah, sometimes I think that during my turns too. Okay, it is May 2nd, 1943, Dateline. Turn 98. We're almost to turn 100. Whoa, there's lots of news events. Now we have an old one. I think this is buggy since it was the original version of the game. This happens a lot where it shows like an old news event hasn't been clicked on. I assume they've fixed this now. Oh no, the Axis forces in North Africa have surrendered. May 2nd, 1943. North Africa theater box is now inactive. Italy theater box air combat intensity is increased to low. So from 1 to 2, game event. What's next? Set to active. Huh? I don't even know what that means. Are we supposed to even see this? Game event. Italian campaign advances set to active. Game event. Okay. I don't know why they tell us that. I assume this is kind of internal logic, right? Like this has happened, so this is a game event. Okay. So we got more stuff out of the Axis losing in North Africa. 8th Air Force raids early 1943. All right. They're hitting our rail yards and our heavy industry. No surprise there. What's next? With the fall of North Africa, the Axis prepare for the next Allied move. Western Europe ground requirement increases to 530. Okay, so they're going to take some stuff away from us. Italy ground requirement increases to 230, air to 70. Balkans air or ground requirement increases to 160, air to 11. Okay, we're not controlling the theater boxes, so all of that will really happen automatically. We currently have a garrison shortage in Italy, so we lose 1 victory point. How dare you? We lose 1 victory point and 1 AP. Well, we're actually a little short on AP. Normally, I could care less about that, but we kind of need all we can get. Now, Italian campaign advances. Okay. Excess garrison in the west. Well, we gained it right back. All right, excellent. Soviet partisans are active. 1, 2, 2. Well, again, we're not doing the theater boxes. I don't know if I'll ever really do the theater boxes. I don't know. Anything that I could think to do with the theater boxes seems gamey to me, right? Like you put too much in there. Now I've read online some people